So this is what we're making. A patterned disc, domed with a French ear wire. I'm going to use a welder's hammer for texturing this earring. Now these welder's hammers are quite cheap. You can get them at swap marts, and they're actually cheap if you buy them new. They're not that expensive. Now what I do is I file the edge of this to a fairly sharp point so I get a nice clean line. And if you just take your regular Swiss No. 2 cut flat hand file, you can quite easily recontour this tip. You can also sharpen the other end. And the file cuts this quite easily, which means that this metal isn't hardened. And as you work with it, you'll round it off a bit, but you can just go back and clean it up again. So I have a point on this end, and I have a wedge shape on this end. So I'm just going to show you. I'll do half of the disc with the point, and I'll do half of the disc with the edge. So back on your steel block, and I'll zoom in so you can see better. So I'm just going to use the sharp edge on half of this. You could do the same thing with the cross pane hammer, but this is just a nice option because it is cheap, inexpensive. So now I'm going to use the pointed end to do the other half. So that just gives you a nice bit of texture. Now we'll pop a hole in for the ear wire, and then I'm going to dome it. I'm just using my hole punching pliers, and I want to put the hole right on the line. Like that. Now you can dome this either way. You could dome this so that it's cupped with the pattern on the inside. I quite like it with the pattern on the outside. Yeah. Now we're ready to make our ear wire. So sand the outside edge just to make sure you get rid of any little ripples that happened when you were hammering, because if you hit the edge of the metal, it'll stretch it. And we don't have to polish this one if we don't want to. It's fine silver, so it's not going to oxidize. It's not shiny, but it's nice. I quite like it with the dull finish. So we're going to do our standard old French ear wire, 50 millimeter long metal, file the end flat, sand it, and your flat round pliers. And parallel jaw pliers, open this sideways, put your earring on, put your disc on, close it, and always close and push and wiggle to get the wire so it touches. And there you are. A pattern disc with our very inexpensive hammer and a French ear wire.